Hello, everybody.
Good evening.
Hello, good evening. Oh my God, StreamYard was acting up. He wanted me to upgrade. So I thought, oh my
Uh,
God, I don't want it, I don't want it. Oh,
it's like
every
everything we do. It's upgrade this and to get the adverts off that, and it's a
yes,
nightmare.
yes,
It is.
yes. StreamYard at its best, but yeah. So tonight we have a special guest from the UK, Phil Newton. And just for our Spotify guests who will be listening as soon as Shane is streaming it on there, can you please tell the listeners who you are and what you do?
Hi, I'm Phil Newton. I'm from Derby, dead centre of the UK, in the Midlands. I investigate different places all around the UK with some fantastic people.
Cool.
Yeah, you've been to an event recently. I saw some pictures.
Oh yeah, the Parameet. A big shout out to Neil Packer and Julie and all the
Yeah,
team over in Inkley in Leicestershire. They do a fantastic job of bringing everyone together. Again, I always say power unity. There is power unity out there in small doses. There's a lot of negativity out there, but bypass that. But yeah, Neil and his team, awesome. Do a lot of stuff behind the scenes. He runs the Haunted Antiques Research Centre in Inkley. Very, very paranormal place. A lot of stuff happens in there. There's a lot of stuff that happened to me in there. But yeah, he does his parameets every year. He's got another one in September, which we're going to stop over, do a Saturday, Sunday. The first one is just gone last week. I just did the Saturday and I had to work Sunday. I do a 10-hour shift. So I was gutted because obviously there's more speakers on this Sunday, which I love anyway. But the Saturday I did was fantastic.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
the
saw the
next one
pictures.
is
It looked
September.
amazing.
Pardon, Marie?
The
Mary?
next one is September.
Yeah, September, yeah. I think it's 21st and 22nd, if
Yeah,
I'm right. But yeah, it brings a lot of people from all around the world, all across the UK, investigators, teams, speakers. Yeah, it's just a great film, a good film, good day, day for everyone to sort of get together and just share the experiences. And I got dragged onto stage, which I don't normally do, by Jacqueline Dixon from Paranormal Bath. Very, very
Oh, no.
nervous because I don't do these things regular. I used to do major ghost hunts with Richard Felix way back, and I could talk in front of 300, 400, 500 people with no problem. But as I get older, I've moved away from that, and it's like anything you do. It's like doing the podcast. You get nervous, then once you're in it, you're okay. You can talk.
yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Yeah,
I
I
had
still
to
have the
talk,
same every single week.
yeah,
Yeah, because you never know who you're talking to. You could be talking to the top of the top in the paranormal field, and again, you get nervous. What do I
Yeah,
say?
I get
exactly.
nervous
Exactly.
every time.
Yeah.
Uh, oh my God, I had to laugh so hard because Jacqueline texted me this afternoon, ask Phil, ask Phil.
Yeah, I love Jacqueline to bits. Me and Jackie go back a long way. Well, the paranormal path started with me and my good friend Patricia Ann Farrer, of Charlotte Ghost Walks, and basically it was at the Immaculate Bath Pavilion in Derbyshire. The pavilion was built in 1910. Not much age, but it's got a lot of history to it, and it drew me to the place. I don't know why. It's drew me to the place for 20 years now. I wanted to restore it free of charge because I love the place that much. It was council run at the time, and the council wanted to put it down. And town folk says, no, you're not doing that. So basically, the council said, you can buy it off us. Sign the deeds. So they signed the deeds for £1. So they paid £1 for this massive building. But it was like a millstone around the neck of the town folk because it's going to cost about 3-4 million to actually do up. But I said to him, I says, we'll get people. We'll go in there. We'll sand the floors. We'll paint. We'll decorate. Try and bring it back to life. And the day I went to have a walk around, it was fantastic. I saw a lady staring out the window. Now this window, it was basically inside. It was empty. It was the old calf that brought the calf from upstairs downstairs. And this was broad daylight. I saw this lady staring out the window at me. I thought, who's that? Anyway, I went inside and I said to Tanya, used to run the place there. I said, who's in? And it was the Nuttall room. That's it, upstairs. I said, who's in the Nuttall room upstairs? And she said, no one, Phil. It's just me downstairs. I said, well, I've just seen the lady. And she says, yeah, quite a few other people have seen it. She's just looking out, dazing across the waters. Now it runs by the River Derwent, and we've since realised there's a lot of deaths. A lot of children lost their lives, actually fell in, drowned. Anyway, we did walk around, and we was going to do ghost hunts, take people around from the actual local areas to raise money, basically, for the place, and raise about £2,000 to £3,000 over the months. Anyway, as I was walking through, I've taken a record of the place, where we could go, where we can have a talk. As I was coming out with Patricia and Tanya, walked down the actual hallway, I got this little hand grab me, and I shivered. I thought, who's this? I turned around, there was no one there. I had a giggle. There was a tear coming in my eye. I'm thinking, well, it was one of the little girls. I think her name was Emily. And she basically didn't want us to leave. And ever since then, I thought I fell in love with the place. I did about 10 years there. So basically, doing ghost hunts, investigations, bringing other teams in, key holder, basically, opening up, locking up at night time. And always when the teams went, we got that stuff happening to us, basically. Lights turning on and off, shadows, mist, you name it. It was just rife of energy. It was good energy, nothing bad.
That's cool.
Yeah,
it sounds like somebody wanting attention. Yeah,
it was. Yeah, and I heard the giggling as well. So basically, it was about probably 2 to 3 children. I said 2 girls and 1 boy. Now saying this, there was a story we was telling on the actual stage area as we did the ghost walk, as we did a walk around. This gentleman goes, "I can relate to that." I said, "Can you tell me more, sir?" Anyway, says I was with my wife, walking up and down the front of the Trent, and I saw these children playing against the riverside. He shouted over, he says, "Can you please step back? You may fall in. You don't want to drown." But he says they weren't dressed in our dress, our sort of wear clothes of today. He said it was like a Victorian clothes. He said it was weird. As he turned around to tell his wife, to say, "Look, these kids are here. They may fall in." He turned back in. They disappeared. So what was that? The children on the riverbank showing him, where they actually went in. I don't know, but yeah, it was surreal.
Yeah, that is cool. Oh, we have a lot of people saying hi, so that's good.
Oh yeah. Good evening, guys. I can't see him much. Oh, Mark Reynolds. Yeah, Mark. It's my paranormal brother. Paranutters. He's a great guy. Fantastic guy. Love working with Mark. I want to do more stuff with Mark. I do believe spirit will bring people, like people together. Whether it's a past life, I've seen them before. It's a weird feeling when you meet somebody for the first time. You think, I know you, but you've never met. If you've ever come across that.
Yeah, I have. I'm married to her.
Yeah. and again, my wife, she's the same. And I do believe our past lives cross somewhere. Now, I'm going to do a past life regression for my wife. I know my past life. One was good and one was okay-ish. But again, I want to learn more. I didn't believe in past life, but I've had too many things happening over, 35 years now, not to believe. I've had vivid dreams, you name it. I spoke to this lovely lady called Kate Ray. She's a fae, and she's going to get me in touch with somebody who can do my past life. There's a lovely guy called Paul Goddard as well. He does past life regression. So I just want to delve deeper. Is it true what I've been seeing, hearing, and it's crazy what I've been through.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, Jacqueline has something flying off the table right now.
It's probably on to Doe, Jacqueline.
And Mark Reynolds definitely mate, and I'm the normal one. He is saying it. He is saying it. I definitely believe in past life connections.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Jacqueline is commenting, Paul is brilliant. I've seen him working on a live stream. Brilliant. And we have Cindy in. Good evening, Cindy. And you have no idea.
Again, Jacqueline, lovely lady. Like I say, her journey started with us, and that's why she called it Paranormal Path. Great, fantastic speaker. Again, nervous way back. I think she's still nervous. Like I say, everyone gets nervous. But when she start talking, it's like me now. I'm okay. My anxiety's gone. It's just one of the things you just share. Share what you've been through and what you've met over life.
Yeah, we can both relate to it. I'm always so nervous if I have to talk about myself. But when we finally started, it's coming all together like a jigsaw puzzle. And I'm not stuttering anymore. I don't get the blushes or whatever.
No, I'm okay. I've got my makeup. Avon.
Yeah.
No problem.
Shane is a bit more seasoned because he is also doing debunking videos. So
Oh yeah, I'm doing the
yeah,
review
so
videos.
he's more in the spotlight than me.
Yeah. Again, debunking is fantastic. I met Beardo over the weekend of the what's then Parameet, and I said to you, I like you, but I don't like you, and he just laughed. I said, I like what you do, but obviously there's too much now out there. Basically, say if I put a picture out or a video, or I'd just stop doing it now, because obviously you get people just hitting it saying fake, 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 fake. I thought, something, I'll just keep it all to myself. And I said to Beardo, I says, if you're there, you'll get the experience yourself. Like if I'm with him and he gets experience and I get the same experience, we're all getting something. Then obviously trying to debunk it. Is it this? Is it that? Is it door open? Is it a draft? Vice versa. But I says, kudos to what you do. Simple as it's. We need more people like that. We need more people to sort of say, look, this is not what's name. This is Paranormal. This is whatever. But yeah, we need more people like him.
Yeah, we do. Definitely. Yeah, with me, it is not, especially paranormal teams. I do the ghostly videos. You see a lot of ghostly videos going online. And I actually just watch the video and comment on it, see if it's real, if it's fake. What do I think about it? Would I run away? Would somebody, that kind of videos. So it's not really debunking, but I do debunk when necessary.
Trouble is with videos nowadays, with AI coming out, which is very dangerous, I believe. I work with a guy called Brian Holloway and Samantha from Onto Whitby, and is fantastic at doing ITC applications and through devices. Basically, it's all reverse audio ITC. And I started off with him way back, and I'm one of his main testers to testing these apps out. Some people hate them, some people love them. And again, I try to. It's like anything, you try to debunk it. But he says, Phil, nothing in there is forward. If anything stands forward, he says he'll take it out. He works months and months and months tirelessly. He's not a multi-millionaire. He doesn't sell them. Sometimes he gives them away free, just to people, for teams to test. He's got hammered before with major people. I won't say names. People have taken his software and basically used it for themselves, and not nice. It's one of those things in the paranormal world. You can't stop, basically.
No, definitely.
Yeah, as soon
Too
as
bad.
you can program it on the location, we can't be sure they are doing that before they're going into. And you get responses clear, fitting on the location, but who tells? And
I've had direct voice phenomena, and I've heard it. It's probably about five of us heard the same thing, and we had what's in voice recorders, digital voice recorders, catching the same thing. So we've heard it and we've caught it. So basically, what is it? Very, very clear.
Yeah.
So again, that's spot on for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on what answers you get during the investigation. If it's all bogus coming out, then you're like, okay, this is gonna work. But
Yeah.
if it's a question and you get an answer to the question, and it's spot on every single time you ask something.
Yeah, amazing. Like I say, it's one of the apps called Divinus I use quite regular, and was at a place called Grace Street Priory in Leicestershire, and it's an old priory. It dates right back. Don't know the full history. I'm not a historian, but we had French coming out of the app. Now I asked, obviously, Brian, I says, "Is there any French in the app?" He says, "No, Phil. It's all English speaking, reversed. So fast. It's scanning very, very fast, and he's got like probably 10 banks. It's swapping from each bank. So there's no way that can make a sentence unless something's interacting with it. I said I've even got German, Russian. I've had different languages out of this. It's not a broken radio app either. It's just a normal. If check him out, if you can try and get him on, it's fantastic. He's a really cool guy.
We tried.
He's not come on.
And we had an appointment, but I think it was his son who planned something for him.
Yeah, something
I can't
came
remember.
between it.
Something.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. I have to have a word. I'll have a word with him. But like I say, he's fantastic. He's great at what he does. The story behind it, his journey into the paranormal world, crazy. All I can say, he's got this EVP. It sends shivers down his spine. That's all I can say.
Yeah. Do you ever use the Estes method? Just the question popped up in my head.
Oh, Estes method. Brilliant, I believe. I used it, where was we? Again in Whitby. It was at this pub. This gentleman run the pub, the landlord, says, "Can you come investigate it?" Says, "Yeah, we'll investigate it." Anyway, I said, "Do you want to be involved?" He says, "Not really, because I'm scared." But we got involved, and it got things through that we didn't even know. It's never been investigated before. But anyway, it was me, my wife, it was Von Hunter, and AJ, and they was in the room with us. My wife had the earphones on. Now, my friend Brian and Sam and all the other team were downstairs with the landlord and a few of the guests, and he was asking questions. And basically, on the radio upstairs, obviously my wife couldn't hear nothing. It was just finding out all this information. Now he was writing down everything. Well, he was writing down everything what she was saying. Then we went downstairs to try and correspond what he was saying to what she was getting. And basically, this gentleman, I think, was a soldier. He got killed, and literally, it's one of the greatest experiences because my wife, at the end of it, cried. I cried. The emotion in the room was electric because the gentleman had been trying so hard for years to try and communicate with people, and that was his chance. He come out and he spoke, and it was a surreal thing because everything he was saying through the headphones was what Brian downstairs in the bar area was asking. So there's no way that you could, I don't know, debunk that. It was unreal. It was unreal.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Those are the most beautiful things. If you don't know much about the location and you get answers spot on.
Yeah. I'll say when I get to a location, I don't research. I don't want to know any history, what it is, if there's any battlefields, it's best to go in there blind. Then if you get anything, then you go out, you're back and research it. I've done that many, many times, and yeah, some fantastic things. And again, I'm not a medium. I'm a sensitive, a bit like a medium, psychic medium. I've been for years and years and years. Well, since I was born, basically. Didn't realise. And yeah, it's one of those things where you meet people, and I've met people in the street, and they just stop me. You're very psychic. I said, am I? You don't know me. And again, it's just one of those things where you can walk past a person and just go, your chakras are out of line. Oh, yeah, I was like, okay. I thought a bit. Yeah, thought my back was a bit, felt a bit dodgy. But no, yeah. I'm a bit of a joker. But when it comes to the paranormal, I am serious. But again, even being serious, sometimes you need to be not serious and have a laugh, because also laughter is positivity. Positivity brings in positivity, and we've had some fantastic nights where spirit just interacted with us and had a laugh with us. It's crazy.
Yeah, you get the best.
Yeah, I noticed. Yeah, I just wanted to say, Mary, I think wants to say the same. I noticed that when you start having fun, spirits are gonna have fun with you.
Yeah,
you always get responses, so I always leave everything running.
That's right. Yeah, I've been to. I mean, we used to do huge ghost hunts. We had some groups where there's probably one or two in the group. No, not bothered. Don't care. Don't believe in ghosts, and it brings the night down for everyone else. And we had one evening. I think it was at Tutbury Castle. It was Leslie Smith couldn't come that night, and we did something, and it was like, oh, we can do stuff better than you. And I thought, I'm not here to sort of disprove. If you don't want to be here, just leave. Just please leave. You basically, even the people says it's paid on the night. You run it for all of us. Basically, if you don't want to be here, just leave. I said, oh no, we paid good money. We're not leaving.
Yeah.
But yeah, nothing happens then. Nothing happens.
No, exactly.
I have a nice question from Jacqueline, of course. What is your craziest moment?
This sticks in my mind, and it scared me to this day as well. We've done a ghost hunt with Richard Felix again. I think we had about 200 to 300 guests at Alton Towers. It's if you've ever heard of it, it's basically it's fun fair, yeah, rides, big rides. It's got a Gothic mansion. Basically, way back when we did it, we were doing seances and all sorts in the actual Gothic mansion. Before the public come, we did obviously walk around, and we went down this stepway into this room, like this, like furnaces, like little doors, like little. We could actually open them up. And my friend Ellen has passed away, bless her. She says, "Phil, there's somebody interacting with us inside the actual furnace or the actual hole itself." Anyway, I was taking pictures as you do, and I opened the doorway. Just take a picture, and this scared me. I don't get scared normally, but this little girl, it was like the movie Ring, as she's crawling out the well. She had long hair, flowing, and her face was white, no eyes, black eyes, and she jumped out this furnace area, this hole, straight through the lens of the camera, into my face. Here, I dropped the camera, screamed like a little girl, and run.
I understand.
The camera. I can't explain. She says, "Phil, she wanted you to see her." I thought there's other ways for her to show herself, not jump straight out in front of me. It was freaky. It was really. She said afterwards she didn't mean it, basically, but yeah, the story behind it, I won't go into it, but it was horrible. We released her into the light, and it was crazy because I felt her energy sort of lift from negative to positive. We all tingled all over. She'd walked through the doorway, and we'd crossed the road basically, and she was at peace. Where it's to this day, it really shook me.
I can understand that.
I
Yeah.
was so. I mean, doing the ghost walk afterwards, the main event afterwards. I even told Richard. He says, "Wow," but again, you've got to be there to see it, and to see something like that was crazy. It's like a movie.
Yeah. Mike Reynolds, chained oak at the back of Alton Towers is fantastic.
Yeah,
No
chain oak.
clue. No
Yeah,
clue.
the safe. I think is it one of the links break. One of the members of the family dies, or their side, or yours. I don't know. Again, it's stories. It is chained. It's massive chains around the oak tree. Protection. I don't know. Don't know the actual story to it. Probably Mark could tell you more. But yeah, it's there, and it's in the wooded area.
Cool.
Yeah, we have Scott Wilson in the house. Again, we're the bloody wankers.
Always sweet. Always sweet, that man. Always.
Yeah, never serious. Never.
Again, why be serious? I always say life
No.
short. Just live and let live, and just have fun.
Exactly. Scotty says hi, Jackie.
Yeah.
Scott.
Question. How did it all start? How did it begin? How did your paranormal adventure begin?
Right. Okay. It started, Mark, when I was 16. I left school. Got my GCSE O levels. Obviously, I'm showing my age now. And I worked in this place called Cantor's. It's an old furniture building, just selling furniture. I wasn't the salesman. I was the in the actual what do you call it? The back warehouse where all the furniture was. The manager run it at the time, running the actual warehouse. He says, "Phil, I'm leaving." I says, "What do you mean you're leaving?" He says, "I'm leaving." He said, "I've got another job. This is yours now." I said, "I'm 16. I ain't got a clue what I'm doing." But anyway, I did it. But it was surreal. There's that many things happening to me. And again, spirit ghosts, I didn't believe in anything like that. I had doors slamming in my face. It felt like something was going straight through your body and out the other side. Shivered. Hairs went to the back of your neck. Cold spots. You name it, shadows. Anyway, the pièce de résistance was, it was three floors. The base room was obviously where they sold all the furniture. The second floor was another, what's in beds, I think it was. Third floor was like, it was a loft place. Anyway, I took a 3-seater settee on my head. Now this is a big leather, heavy, mad. I just carried it upstairs on my head. No assistance. Anyway, I put this 3-seater with no sort of casters on it. It's just heavy feet into the middle of the room. As I turn around to walk down the stairs, this it's surreal. Again, you've got to be there to witness it. But the settee started spinning and shot to the wall. Now this is a heavy settee. There's no one in there. There's probably 2 pigeons. But yeah, it shot back to the wall. I run downstairs. Literally, I must have missed every step. Literally from top to bottom. Went to see the boss. Anyway, the boss says, "You okay?" I said, "No, not really." He says, "Yeah, you what as a ghost?" He says, "What you done? Seen a ghost?" I said, "I don't know what it is, but settees don't move on their own." He says, "What do you mean?" I told him the story. He says, "What was probably our resident ghost then? He does move things and he's seen regular." I thought, "Ghost? What's a ghost?" You hear the stories and you read the books, but you don't believe in it until you see something. And it was from that day on. It's now a nightclub. They had cellars underneath, old barrel vaulted cellars, wine racks underneath. But like I say, it was so active every single day. I got something. Because I think it was an old coaching in way back. So again, got a footfall over the years.
You still know if it's still haunted down there?
Oh yes, it is. It's now been took over with new owners. It's now a nightclub. But the last guy was Australian, and he wanted me to show him around to tell him where the hotspots were. I never did get to see him because another one left. Well, it was the place. the spirits in there didn't like it was what they were doing, probably because of the noise. But like I say, way back it was nice and quiet. It was people selling stuff and people walking in and out, as they're doing shops anyway. But yeah, again it's just going back to that replay in my mind. I always say it was that top floor when I look into the window, when I go into Derby Town Centre. That's my paranormal experience when I was 16, major one. So that again, but obviously I grew up, carried on with work, met my wife. We've now been married 40 years this year, so we're flying to Malta soon and celebrate our 40th wedding anniversary. She's put up with me all those years. Bless her. But yeah, we're in tune. The pair of us are in tune. She can think it, I'll say it, and vice versa. And she's very spiritual as well. Things happen around her, happen around me as well. So I do believe in the universe, people get joined together for a reason. Soulmates, whatever you call it.
Yeah, know everything about that.
Yeah. What was a location where you investigated? What made the biggest impression on you and why?
Wow, too many to what's name? Biggest impression. I say Tupper Castle. We just finished the investigation. Public had gone home. Me and my friend went outside and with torches, turned the torches off, about ready to go in the cars to leave, to close the gates. And this lady come out of the ground. And I said to my friend, "Are you seeing this?" He says, "Yes, Phil. What are you seeing?" I said, "No, what are you seeing?" And basically, we was awestruck. And she basically, she lifted out of the ground, but she was in orange, outline of orange, but she glowed in orange. Never seen it before. And there was no lights. There was a floodlight, one or two there, but there was nothing on the floor, no lights on the floor. Then, as soon as she sort of appeared, she disappeared. Plus, I seen one of the ladies on the staircase as well. Just stopped me in the tracks as I walked upstairs, going towards the king's bedroom. She just stood there. I thought, okay, you must be part of the place and in costume. And asked, and it was Leslie at the time, and says, "Is anybody here dressed up in costume?" He says, "No, Phil. There's only me. I'm the only one who dresses up." So again, I saw somebody weird.
Yeah,
that is very cool and weird. Yes, definitely.
But again, you try to debunk it. Am I tired? Is it lighting or? But no, definitely a full-on figure of somebody.
Yeah,
very cool.
What's interesting, I've seen an apparition also, but also with an orange glow, and you don't hear that very often. So
yeah. Again, I'll say Tupper Castle was war sieges and everything. It's got a lot of history to it. The ground is soaked with basically blood. My friend was on the night. I won't say his name, but we did a circle in the actual king's bedroom, and somebody jumped inside and basically took him over and took him outside. Now I knew he'd gone. I knew his head was down. Wasn't speaking. It's not like him. And anyway, we had to bring him back after about 5 minutes. I thought there's something wrong here. Brought him back, and he ran out of the room. He ran out of the building, and he went home. About 2 or 3 days later, I asked him, "What was it? Please tell me." He says, "Phil, they showed me the full battle. People with swords, bow and arrows, blood, everything. It was so surreal. He said I could taste the blood." And it freaked him out to the point he stopped doing the paranormal for months and months and months.
Yeah.
So again, having something like, and he was very skeptical, likes to debunk like everyone else does. But he said it was like being in a movie. It was so real. But they wanted me to. They wanted obviously him to wanted him to see what they'd actually gone through. Basically, replay.
Yeah. Wow.
That's
Yeah.
definitely wow.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Jackie asked if she was there during that time.
I'm not sure, Jackie. You may know. Obviously, I'm not going to say names. But you know who it is. You used to work with them. You possibly was. If you was, you'll know. But I will contact you after this, after the podcast. And yeah, I say I won't spat out any names.
He has another question.
She says I was there.
He was there, right? Brilliant.
She says I was there.
Yeah. Again, it was years back, so yeah. And again, me and Jackie's cross paths. And I'm working with Jackie quite a lot now. Obviously, she works with Barry John now, and great guy. Such a really, really nice guy. And yeah, that's one I did with her was the National Justice Museum in Nottingham. Massive museum, very, very haunted, reputedly haunted. I've seen some really wonderful stuff there. Face changes. It was weird because I was just leaving the actual cell part. There was a gentleman, two ladies sitting on his bench. It's almighty crash. Anyway, I thought it was me and Mark, I think it was, or somebody come around the corner and says, "What was that?" And somebody fell over. And it was like, the face was like, "Wow." They said, "Did you hear that?" I said, "Yeah, we heard it." He says, "Well, two ladies sitting here, and I was sitting here. Now, in between us, it felt like somebody did bang on the bench. The old bench, and all three of them shook to the point where it freaked him out. But the noise was horrendous. It's like somebody chucked something or somebody fell over. It was weird. But that place is charged. It's very charged with energy.
We need to go there, Shane.
You do.
I have to go to a lot of places right now.
Yeah, we do. I have a previous question from Jacqueline. What do you think about haunted objects?
Yeah. I know where she's going with this one. I'll let you tell you the story. Well, basically, I do believe there can be vessels, like dolls and vice versa. I've had a few things myself. Do I believe in it? Yes and no. Again, I'm on the sort of fence about that. But anyway, I was at the Haunted Antiques Museum in England, and it was weird because Jacqueline had picked up this little tiny doll, not only a few inches high. Anyway, I think it was sitting around the actual table. It was only me, I think it was me and my wife, Jackie, I think Jane, the medium, and Neil Packer. And basically went into the room, into the sales room upstairs, and she gave me the doll. She says, "Phil, have a hold of this." No word of a lie. Whatever come out of that doll, it freaks me to this day. It literally, if you can believe, just held the doll, and it was the left hand. It jumped, stuck its claws in my hand, run up my shoulder, and sat on my shoulder. I jumped, and I think Jackie just laughed. She's probably just laughing there. But yeah, this thing, where was it? Another story now. But this thing come home with me for about 6 months. It was in the house. My friend actually drew it. He says, "Phil, I've not been to your house, but I'm going to draw it. What's in your house?" It says like a woolly spider, but it's doing that. Yeah, no eyes. It's got like little claws. It's running around the ceiling everywhere. I said, "Yeah, I've seen it. Mrs. seen it. Everyone's seen it. Even people that's not into the paranormal have come here, like family and friends have seen it." But anyway, long story short, I said, "Right, I want you to go back. Please come back with me." Anyway, I was driving down to Hinkley, back to the museum again, and I says, "Right, I'm going to put you back into the vessel, into the doll." Anyway, as I said that, the thing on the back of my car must be sitting there listening to me. It jumped onto my shoulder again. I said to my wife, "It's here." Anyway, I went back to the museum, got the doll. I said, "Right, the doll's here." Held in my right hand. It ran from my hand back into the doll. put the doll back onto the cabinet. Weird. True story.
Yeah. That's cool.
Very weird.
Fantastic. Yeah. Again, what was it? Now the story goes, this doll was sent to Neil by two ladies. No, it was a team. I think it was Haunted Heritage. Two ladies that come to the Metal Bath Pavilion one night. Anyway, I was telling the story, and the two ladies says, "Was the doll this high and just like this?" I said, "Yes." Says, "That's the doll we got off. I think it was eBay, and we sent it to Neil. We didn't want it. We didn't want to touch it." But anyway, I said, "What's the backstory? Do you know the backstory to it?" And they said, "Yes. It come from a high priestess. So basically, she put the intention of animals or something animalistic into this doll and gave it to the ladies. The ladies then gave it to Neil. Yeah. Okay, yeah, Jackie says voodoo doll. But it wasn't like a black magic negative. It was like spiritual, basically. It was playful, yeah, it wasn't negative.
No.
But yeah, to feel it, I've never jumped. I mean, like I say, that's the second time I've jumped. But to feel claws digging into you, what the heck is that?
That would be scared.
Yeah, again, you get that the shivers as you do, and it freaked me out. But again, I don't get scared that often. I used to get scared of the dark when I was younger. Now I can go in dungeons, castle, you name it, dark rooms. I'll say turn the light off. I don't like the light on. Pitch black. No equipment. Just sit there and just listen.
Yeah.
His face. Yeah. Cheers, Jackie. You loved it, didn't you? She loved it. I think she's getting me back from the Metal Bath Pavilion one, where the little girl jumped into her, basically made a giggle. It took her back to about when she was about 8 or 9. It was so surreal to see, and her face changed as well. And she blames me for basically Paranormal Path. So I think she got her own back. Yeah.
That's what you get when you go a long way with each other.
Yeah, it does.
But yeah, I love the guys to bits. I met some awesome people. Got to work with some great people. The great Derek Cora, bless him. I know he did some really wonderful things in the past. I won't mention the program he was on. Again, everyone watched it, I think. But yeah, I think it triggered everyone to into the paranormal. Basically, it did me because I used to watch the lives and everything. But yeah, I mean, I've worked with him behind the scenes, and he's told me stuff. He didn't even know me, and the connection we had, it was surreal. So bless his soul. Awesome guy. That's all I can say. Awesome guy.
Yeah.
Miss him.
We have a question. Noreen is asking, have you still got a mirror?
Oh, yes, I have.
Do
yes.
tell. Do
right. We did 3 black mirrors, and my friend Brian gave me one, and we did a seance one night from Whitby to Derby, and somewhere else. I forget what the other one was. No, so it was 2. That was it. It was in Whitby, and I was in Derby. Basically, I was sitting on the sofa. The house went so paranormal. Now, basically, from the mirror, this witch, I say dark witch, jumped through his mirror into my mirror and stayed in the mirror, basically. The house went so cold. It sends me shivers down the spine now. Now, basically, she's locked away in the shed. She's bound. I don't know where she's come from. We've not summoned her or anything. But basically, witches like affecting me. Now, going back to one of my past lives, I've supposedly been a witch finder general, basically murdering witches. So basically, I think it's called full circle, where now I know witches are good. I work with dark witches, white witches, grey witches, all across the world. Now, have I learned the hard way back then to now? I don't know. again, it's research I've got to do basically. But yeah, I work with a lot of witches now, a lot of pagan friends, and I find them fascinating. Again, just people with herbs, simple.
Yeah, it is.
Lovely people. But again, was I a witch fan in general? I don't know. That's why I need to do another past life regression. Yeah. But one of my past lives was, it's still ongoing. Basically, I was this guy called Sir Simon de Montfort. I fought on the Battle of Evesham at 1265, I think it was. I've been wanting this sword for ages. And medium after medium after medium says, your sword will come. It's like the Holy Grail, basically. There was one night I was doing something in this dark room, and my hands started like resting or something. And my friend goes, almost like you're resting on a sword, Phil. Now, what I was in battle, used to dig the sword in the ground and rest on top of the sword. Anyway, long story short, I went to the Evesham year before last. Spoke to the guy on horseback that played Sir Simon, and they told me the story. His great granddad fought in the battle, basically. And I told him my story. I says, I think I'm this guy, reborn. And he says, tell me more. And anyway, I told him. He says, wow. He gave me like a brotherhood arm shake. He did that. Yeah. He says, we will meet again. I said, do you mind me asking what your name is, please? He says, my name's Phil. I said, that's surreal. My name's Phil as well. So again, he was playing Sir Simon de Montfort. I'm Phil. I was born in 1965. The battle was 1265. Again, I don't know. Coincidence. It's ongoing, and I've been told to walk the battlefield. Your sword will come. No idea.
That is weird.
Yeah. But I don't know. I spoke to historians as well when I went, and I said, was his sword found? They said no, his sword was probably given away as a trophy, or somebody took it as a trophy, as they used to. But I was chopped up on the battlefield, and my parts went everywhere. But again, if I walked the battlefield, which I didn't do, I didn't get time to, that summer's day a few years back, and I was supposed to go with Mark Reynolds to meet him. My wife had to have emergency dentistry, and she was feeling really rough. I said, I can't take you with me. I don't want to go and leave you here, so I didn't go. So something was stopping me from going. Was it that? I don't know, but my wife come first, basically.
Yeah. Well, everything happens for a reason, so.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And people have said, you don't need your sword now. Just lock that doorway off. Shut the door. You don't need it anymore. So again, my quest is something else. I don't know. It drives you forward. Even when I've had times where I felt really down, like everyone else does, you can be depressed, dark places sometimes. You're tired. You can be lonely. Even though I've got family, I've got great people around me. Spirit just give you a kick up the backside. So you need to do this. Get back out there and do what you're supposed to do.
Yep, agreed.
But anyway, again, going back, I had a near-death experience 30 odd years ago. Surreal. I was dying, basically. I crossed over. I walked on my body. All I saw was a mist. Was it clouds? I don't know. And I was looking around and thinking, where am I going? I shouted for help, literally. I went, help me. Just as I said that, obviously the paramedics were working on me. I shot back into my body, but before I did, I saw it was like a tunnel. So I'm going to describe it as like a chimney. It was like a light at the end of the chimney. You know, they're saying the light at the end of the tunnel. Is that where it come from? I don't know. But it was like I sucked up the chimney into that light. I was back in my body. I laugh about it now, but back then, I was in death's door. Anyway, long story short, I had to go to hospital. I had to have a major operation, 5 hours plus. Again, I could have died on the operating table. I had a major hernia. Now, basically, spirit was all around me. My dad was around me. Everyone was around me. And I felt happy going into the operation. Never had an operation before. And it felt like 5 minutes, but it was 5-6 hours later. My wife was crying, thinking, the worst, thinking I'd gone. But yeah, come back to tell the tale. And I think there's more and more, since I've been across and booted back, there's more and more doorways opened up here, psychically, physically, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I do believe it wasn't my time.
I don't think so either, no.
But I thank obviously the surgeons, the NHS, for saving me, basically.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I wouldn't have been here.
No, exactly. They did a good job.
Yeah, bless them. Bless them. They don't get enough credit. I say they're inundated with patients and cases and waiting hours and hours and hours for things to be done. It's no fault of their own. Literally, yeah, they run ragged 14, 16 hours a day. It's not fair.
No.
But yeah, God bless them.
Isn't.
They're all angels, basically, in my mind. Angels.
They are.
Hello, Fiona. How are you?
Yeah, it says you're here to tell the tale.
Yeah.
And Spirit, no. Because there's one of the Spirit I used to work with called Brian Simpson in the Derby jail. He actually looked at me, basically. And he says to the medium, he says, how can a man be standing with 5 puncture wounds in his body? Now, basically, I had chaos surgery around my stomach to actually, because my stomach was here in my chest. Basically, my stomach was pulled out. My intestines were pulled through my chest, broke my diaphragm, and my stomach was around my heart. That's why it was doing that. But it stopped my heart. I don't know. But I was really poorly. I fell down. But anyway, yeah, it was weird. It was just again, I don't like talking about it, but I do like talking about it. If you get what I mean. But again, I was saved for a reason. I do believe, that reason was carry on doing this.
Yeah. It has to.
Yeah.
Because you're doing a great job for everything I saw.
Yeah. And like I say, I'm not a massive investigator. I don't wish to be a massive investigator. I do what I do. Sometimes I work alone. I'm a lone wolf. I work with people, good people I know. I don't do any massive ghost hunts anymore, even though I've done a few bits in there, but I've stepped away from that and just, go out, taking pictures, taking video, doing a bit of ITC, recording, and keep to myself. I don't like putting anything out there on the internet anymore because you never know who's going to be hitting you and bringing you back to the darkness again.
Yeah, exactly. Like we talked about with some of the debunkers that are going a bit too far with everything. Yeah,
there is parts of them, and it's not nice. But I said to Bilo, I says, great guy, and I said to him, I says, you've got to be there to witness it. He says, yes, that's what I do. If I'm at the location and I get something myself, I try to debunk it. And if I can't debunk it, what is it? Is it paranormal? Again, it's all questions and answers. Some of the questions you know answers to.
Yeah.
This
is what drives us forward, I think. It's energy. We're all energy. Like I say, when we leave our bodies, we go somewhere. And I've asked the question with Spirit, where do we go to? Do we go through the pearly gates? Do we sign the book? Do we meet the Almighty? Blank. Shut down.
Yeah, you never hear that answer.
Is there policing over there? Like policing over here? You do bad, you get sent to jail. So over there, they get stopped, get pulled back. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll only know until we get over there. Then I'll try and run back and say, look, hello. Throw a cat ball across the room. I'm here.
One way or another, I can see you doing it.
Yeah, I will do.
Exactly.
I've said to loads. Saying that, my good friend, God bless him, Steve, he passed away with cancer. Hated it. He went from a fantastic guy down to nothing. To this day, love him to bits. He's now in the spirit world, and he says, Phil, I'm going to come back, I'm going to poke you, I'm going to haunt you. I said, I know you will. He does now and again. He'll blow smoke into my face because he was a smoker, and you can smell smoke because we don't smoke. Again, you check the windows and doors, and nothing is smoke. For a few seconds in your face, I thought, yeah, here we go. He's back again. He'll poke my missus in the side. Again, just a joker like me. And that's what I'll be on the side. I'm going to run at people and cause some havoc. So God bless him up there if he'll attack me. He'll probably kick me back down again.
Yeah. Fiona was asking, when is your next one?
My next one. Next ghost investigation.
Yeah.
I've got nothing in the pipeline yet. I think I'm going to Watstone in September, but I've got one before that. I do Grace Tube Priory quite regular because it's free up there. You just walk around. The woods are fantastic. They're really dark and there's some weird and wonderful stuff happen there. But nothing in stone. Like I say, if I've got time and I've got the energy, I'll go out there, or I'll text somebody, Jacqueline or whatever. Do you want to come? Are you free? And just meet up.
Yeah. Best way to do it.
You have some lovely personal connections, Phil.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. Saying that, I mean, I went to a circle, a group basically. Three mediums on the stage. Don't normally go to them, but I thought, let's go for it. It was one night. I went. I think was you there, Dan? I think somebody was with me anyway. I think my friend Sandra. Anyway, I said nobody can read me. I've got a brick wall. Everyone that's seen me, you've got a brick wall, Phil. You are so protected. So anyway, I said to my guide, I says, please, just step back for a few seconds. Let somebody read me. Anyway, as soon as I said step back, the lady on the stage says, you, a bold fella. Me? Yes, you. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You've got about 7 people, aren't you? You're a lighthouse. I says, am I? Says, yeah. Basically, you're a light in the darkness. You're, they come to you because they exist. You exist on the side, and you're there to help. And she started naming people, and these are neighbours that's passed away. My mum and dad. They don't know me from Adam, so that was fantastic. Then obviously the guy stepped back in, shut it down, and basically I thought, well, that was cool. Thank you.
That is very cool.
Yeah. Fiona, investigation. I see you going somewhere with a red door. So.
Red door.
Yeah.
Well, my house has got a red door, and it's very haunted. It's haunted by somebody. Then again, I've got quite a few artifacts from all over. I've got some haunted dolls in the shed. My wife didn't want them in the house, so I've left them in the shed. I was going to put them in the loft, but apparently where I've got them from, they decided to walk, and she didn't want them in the loft. So I've got them in the shed. I've got one in the back of the car. I've got a haunted Ouija board in the back of the car. But yeah, weird and wonderful stuff. I've got stuff from Tutley Castle when it closed down. I've got an old tankard, pewter tankard. I don't believe something's been attached to it from the actual castle itself. My wife's heard the gentleman on the stairs. He's only spoke to her, he's not spoke to me yet, so I don't know who he is. We see dark shadows in the actual hallway, and we've got a cat and a dog. One of the dogs I got from a place called Cornfield Hall, I think it was, many moons back. It's a collie, and he decided to follow his own. We don't have pets. Basically, the dog, if you ever had a dog and it's been out in the rain, it's a wet dog smell. That's what we're getting now and again. We get a wet dog smell. The settee goes down, like something sitting on the settee. And also, we've acquired a cat, a black cat. Wherever that's come from, I don't know. But I walked into the front room and I stopped. My foot hit something small this high, and I thought, what the hell was that? Yeah. Anyway, you can see it. Now and again, you'll see it in the corner of the eye, a black cat. So Is it protection? Has it been sent from somewhere? I don't know.
Yeah, some say it's familiar, so it could be.
Yeah.
Possible. Yeah.
Interesting.
Protection, I don't know. We are protected. The whole family's protected. I mean, I've been protected way back. I still protected with my mum and dad. I do believe they were sort of sensitive as well. They told me a lot of stories when they were growing up in haunted houses, chains rattling and all sorts. Some of the stories were surreal. Thinking back, well, they're like me. They must have been like me, and I've carried it on through the genes.
Yeah.
But I don't vouch myself as a medium or psychic. I say sensitive. I hear a lot because I've got tinnitus in my right ear. It's on a frequency. If that frequency is right for the spirit, they'll be speaking very, very clearly. I'll turn and I think, well, there's no one there, and somebody's whispering. Shh. It's great. I even get it at work, and the place I work for is only 3 years old, but it's the ground it's on.
Wow.
So, yeah, cool.
Mosquito.
Get it? Yeah, modern day vampires.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like my blood, like my wife's blood as well. Oh, they have a feast on her.
Same.
Ew.
My wife always have the big bumps everywhere. And I'm like,
Brilliant. And also, going back to when I was 13, this is going from, obviously, it's beyond the norm. I saw a ship, not just any ship. Was it a UFO? I don't know. This thing was like a cigar shape with lights on it. I saw it. My brother saw it as well. It was documented the next morning. I think it was in the papers. This is going way, way back. But again, something hovered over houses, over a police car. God knows what it was. Wasn't a plane, wasn't a helicopter. It was just a cigar shape and shot up into the air. So again,
wow.
did I see a UFO? I do believe they exist. Simple as. I do believe they're amongst us.
Yeah.
Rather than for centuries.
I believe that as well.
Like doppelgangers. Doppelgangers. Yeah, I mean, we've all got a doppelganger. Yeah, we've all got a person that looks like you. Because I had my friend saying, "Oh, Phil, you was at a football match in Wembley in London." Was there? I wasn't. I was in Derby. No, it was you, Phil. It wasn't me. So
Exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It was an alien.
Yeah, they see me everywhere as well. I don't know why, but
yeah,
I'm just home. Not there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but yeah, like I say, I love the paranormal. I love anything cryptids. I love stories, different stories like Pete, the Fae, talking about fairies. Again, it's fairy tales basically. It's in books. Don't believe in it until, again, it's another story I'll go into. We've got a massive tree outside, eucalyptus tree, Australian, and decided to cut some of the branches off. Well, with big, thick branches, because it was overhanging our garden. I live to regret that because the night I did it, my blinds were open. This like fuzzy mass is like a black, dark mass doing that behind there in front of the TV. Me and my wife was watching TV. It was just hovering. Wanted us to see it, then it shot straight through the wall. I turned the lights on, thinking, "What the heck was that?" I said, "What did you see?" And she said the same thing. I saw this like black mass. And anyway, Kate says, "What you've done there, Phil? You've obviously upset the, I don't know what to call them, the tree people, gnomes. I don't know, the fairies. I don't know. You've upset basically the energy of the tree, and they didn't like it. So they're just showing that they're disgusted what you've done. You didn't ask permission, basically." And I apologised afterwards, and nothing since. We've seen nothing since. So again, weird.
Yeah. I heard a lot of stories like that coming from the UK.
Yeah. Sydney is making a remark on it. She's thinking sometimes it has to do with parallel universes, other dimensions.
I do believe in that as well. There's a friend of mine at work. He talks a lot about that. I do believe we're in, I know, different levels. I even say to them, it's like me talking to you. Are you a ghost? Am I a ghost? Are we in the past or in the future? Again, it's a lot of questions and no answers because even scientists can't answer it. But let's say it's energy. The Earth is energy. We are connected with the stars. I do believe we're up there. Where? I don't know. And that's where we go. They say heaven is up there, but we're a circle in the universe.
Yeah.
A mass. Again, where does it start? Where does it end?
I don't know.
Yeah.
We've got our solar system, again, but like Mars and Jupiter and everywhere, but we can't get to them because obviously there's no rockets to get to them, basically, like Saturn everywhere. So what's on those planets? I do believe this stuff living with us day to day. This craft been seen regular, Army, Navy, you name it, and it's just coming out now. They're telling the stories. Air Force have seen stuff. There's one story I'll tell you. Now, she shouldn't have said nothing, but she was in, a secrecy act, basically. She's left now. She was on this basis surveillance plane and basis surveying UK for any threats. But anyway, she says, I was on radar, and she says, Phil, what we saw that day, I could not write down. I said, what did you see? She says, it was something like it was on Earth, and it shot straight up. Within seconds, she said, we've got no craft, nothing that fast. It was seconds from leaving Earth to space. And she said it stopped in midair. She said to the actual commander in charge, can I document this? No, you can't. Unexplained. Do not talk about it.
No.
Again, you get that many stuff happening all around the world of things like that. Jet fighters being chased by something or something, outside of them, 400, 500 miles an hour, and it's keeping up with them and just literally leaving them for dust. So what is it? What are they?
Yeah.
What technology is that? We haven't got nothing like that.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
But I do believe they are telling us. I think our Earth is dying. To be honest with you, we're killing the Earth. We're reaping all the resources out of the Earth. The ozone layer is depleted. Again, the climate's gonna warm up. All the spring, summer, autumn, winter, they've all gone forward. When I was younger, we had a spring, we had a summer, we had autumn, winter. We knew when it was, but now it's all over the place. There's that many tsunamis and hurricanes, and I know you get them anyway, but it's happening too regular. The patterns of storms, bad storms as well, which we don't normally get. We get now and again, but not as bad as that. But I do believe the Earth changes rapidly.
Yeah.
Can we stop it? We can probably halt it. We can slow it down, but I don't think we'll stop it.
No, never. It's too late.
It's a shame. Mother Earth is fantastic. Again, we've been put on this Earth for a reason. I think, are we an experiment from from another planet? Or we'll stick them on this planet, see what they do with it. And I think it's coming down to say, look, you're trashing it, basically, which we are.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree on that.
But that's another story. But yeah, I love nature. I love history. I love nature. I love buildings. Way back, I didn't like history. I love history now. I love going to different buildings, just getting the feel of the building, because I can feel the building sometimes. It talks to you. It's weird. The energies from the buildings, from the brickwork downwards. And I don't know. I've got a massive connection. I sometimes go outside barefoot on the grass and just get connected to the earth, or hug a tree. So I love hugging trees. Strange, but it's Mother Nature. Embrace it.
It's all part of Mother Nature. So,
correct.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of weird stuff. Tree hugging is not one of them. No.
No.
People are weirder. Trust me.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Now I have images in my
Now, I've not danced around the campfire naked yet. There is time.
That would be an experience.
Not on live though. They call me cheesy orbs for a reason.
Oh my god. Horrible.
You're gonna end with spirits, images in the head, and then you're like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah. Clean up. I have one last question.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about deja vu? Did you ever have them? And what do you think they are?
Yeah. Replays. Well, I've been to a place where I've never been, and I always say to my wife, "I've been here. I know that street. I know that alleyway. I know that house or that building." I'm thinking, is it a past life replay? Possible, but again, who knows? But I do believe that that exists.
Yeah.
Too many experiences through these years, and even my wife says, "Yeah, I've been in before, but I've not been in before." So again, deja vu. Was it in a past life? You're seeing through the eyes of somebody else, and they're telling you that you've been here, you used to live here. I don't know. Again, it's one of those things where you never get the answers to.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
I think about it exactly the same.
Yeah.
If you
Anyway, Shane, where have you been?
Have known,
Where have you been? Where's the most haunted place you've been to?
most haunted place that I've been to. I haven't had one.
No?
No. All the places are equally haunted where I went. So
They
I'm
say
still
haunted.
looking for the place. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm still looking for the place that makes me run away. Then I will say that's the most haunted building I've ever been in.
Come to the UK.
I've been there. They didn't do anything.
Didn't they? Oh. They probably all run away from you.
I think they do. Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Yeah,
It looks
because
very
you
sweet, but
want to be
I'm pretty
scared.
big. It might be that, and I always look angry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my facial expression. I can't help it.
Yeah. Hey, you like me anyway?
Yeah, I have
Without the
short
beard.
brain. Here it's gone, and there it's growing very long. So it has to
Yeah,
go.
you've grown through your hair.
Yeah, I mean, I had a full head of hair way back. And bless her, she's in spirit now. My friend, Maxine, I shaved my head for her. She had breast cancer. And yeah, sadly, she lost her life through it. And she shaved her hair. And I mean, for a woman to shave the head, it's not nice. But I says, if you do it, I'll do it. And we did it for a charity. And I raised about 3,000. She raised about 8,000 plus. The local newspaper got the story, and they paid for a wedding because she wanted to get married before she passed. Bless her heart. I vouched from that day onwards, I would not grow my hair back. And I still, to this day, never grow my hair back. Even though I'm old now, I've lost it anyway, so we tried to grow it back. But yeah, bless her heart. She's in spirit now, and yeah, I'm still in touch with her mother. And lovely, lovely lady. God bless her soul.
Yeah. Horrible.
Yeah.
Disease.
Always horrible. Yeah. And it's
is.
always the good people.
Yes, I always say that. Yeah, my wife even said the same. Why? She says, okay, we don't go to church. I don't want to offend anybody. But why does God always take the good people, not the bad people? Why does he leave the bad people on the earth?
Exactly.
Again.
Yeah.
No answer.
It is. Well, we are at the end of our time.
Wow, that's gone fast.
Yeah.
Yes.
Time flies when you're having fun.
I've loved it. I've enjoyed it. Great speaking to you guys.
It was great to have you. So I put you in the background for a minute or 3. We are doing the close down and we talk some more.
Yeah, fantastic.
See you in a minute.
Cool.
Take care.
That was
yeah, it was. Finally, we got him. And not to forget, I want to thank everyone in the chat who came up with beautiful
amazing
questions,
questions. Yes,
nice
yes,
remarks, engaging in our conversation. And this is a remarkable one for me.
exactly.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah. Thank you, Mark. Indeed, Phil is a brilliant guest.
It
And
is. Yeah.
Maureen, thank you. So we are going to close off. You have to stay tuned for our next guest. I'm not telling. I'm not telling. Um, just a small hint. If you keep a close eye on our like page, you should know. But I'm not telling. So
Nope.
nope, 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 nope. So Shane, if you want to wrap this one, I'm going.
Like Mary said, everybody, thank you so much for joining us and listening to us, and on Spotify, especially listening to us, and you, the public, engaging with us. It's amazing how many questions we got. Keep it up. And like Mary said, we're not going to tell you the next guest. If you want to know, you have to look at the page and go look for it because we're not going to tell. But it's going to be amazing, and it's going to be next week. So you better watch and engage again.
Yes, and
So
follow
thank you
and
all.
like us.
Bye bye.
Microwave. Bye bye.
Mary lost her sound.